All right. It looks like we are back yet again. Hi, I'm Chill Dragoon. We are playing Little Samson today. I am here with SeasonalBard.
Hey, how's it going? I'm here to make Chill Dragoon look good, and that's about it.
Doubtful. We are going to be racing in this one. It's one that we have played a little bit, so hopefully we do well. Normally the two of us do like monthly races where we pick a game and try and learn it. This is one of those originally, and then we just kept going.
A little bit about it. It's like Little Samson is a game that like Taito produced, so I vaguely knew about it from years ago because I used to try to collect like Squeenix and Taito games, and it's not actually called that elsewhere. It's like Lickle, and there's a subtitle. But it's a very fun game. You'll see while we run it. That's very interesting. Though we'll be running a category that's not really traditionally run. Because most people that run this game use zips, but we're going to do a glitchless run, so you'll be able to see like all of the stage for the amount of stages we play through.
Yeah, and we're still going to be cutting through a few stages, but that's just how the game is made.
Oh yeah. Beyond that, it's a lot of fun. We're going to be spending a lot of time using mouse. Mouse is life in this game, I think.
Yep.
Beyond that, I'm ready when you are.
Yep, I am on the... Yep, I'm ready to select the difficulty. You can count us down.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. But yeah, so this is the main character, Lickle, or Little Samson. You'll notice that there's a lot of really interesting movement to the game because, hey, look, instead of a normal platformer, we're going to be doing a lot of wall climbing. And we're going to run around and just use Lickle and the various other characters to make our way as fast as humanly, or in case of the mouse, mousely possible, through each of the stages, while trying to avoid a certain amount of damage. We're definitely going to be... and I got greedy and did something stupid.
But yeah, the game is quite nice in the way that they have it set up. You do have 4 playable characters, and you actually have to go through playing as each of them before you get into like the bulk of the game. Little Samson, like SeasonalBard mentioned, can do wall climbing, can climb on ceilings and stuff too. The dragon can glide and has a charge attack. The golem can walk on spikes and has a pretty powerful attack, plus he has the most starting health, and then the mouse is just overpowered. It can lay bombs and it goes incredibly fast. The main downside is that it starts off with 2 HP, but you can build that up pretty quickly. The little hearts inside the bubbles just increase your max HP by a little bit. And I screwed that up, so I'm going to take a little safe. But yeah, after you go through the introductory portion, you have to do a little mini boss fight against the dragon as Little Samson, and after that you can select whoever you want freely.
Yeah. For some reason, out of the 4 heroes, Dragon doesn't want to go in the bell. And I kind of understand Dragon's feelings in that regard. I wouldn't want to go in the bell either. It's a terrible place.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, storyline-wise, she wants to be the leader of the group instead of having Little Samson in charge. I don't remember if that actually is his name in the US version or not, but that's what I'm calling him.
It's Lickle, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, they don't have dialogue because I think the translation team didn't want to do that. So pretty much all the dialogue in at least the English version that I've played doesn't exist. But I don't know much about the Japanese version. I went down a rabbit hole of looking up the company that made this game, Wave, and it's strangely after this game and I think one other game, they folded Yep, I'm just here to make Chill Dragoon look good.
Don't worry. There's a lot of tough parts in the game, so.
But yeah, they kind of wrapped up, and many of the people that worked for this company moved to a separate company, which also like published a few games, and then vanished. But it's very cool. This game is incredibly designed. The music composition in it is great. Golem's song especially is very good.
Yep.
And then what else? I mean, the movement strats that you can do with different characters, I think, is a lot more advanced for even like a late stage NES game than I would have expected to come out.
Come on. Yep, and then one thing you might have noticed is each of the characters has their own theme song that plays while you're playing as them, so that's the bulk of the music in the game. Alright. Going a little bit on the safe side.
Hopefully I can make up a little bit of time in some of these fights and get good RNG, or not. Never mind. That's fine. But yeah, most of the combat, you're going to find us using the mouse bombs. There's one stage that I'll be doing with, like, at least half with Dragon, because it's just, I think, overall easier and safer to play it that way. But for the most part, traveling through the stage and climbing are much easier to do as mouse, even though mouse has the lowest defense stat and HP out of the four heroes, with Golem being obviously the toughest, and then both Dragon and Samson being kind of a mix. I think Samson has a higher defense, but less health, or maybe it's the other way around.
I do not recall offhand, unfortunately. But yeah, one thing that people might not realize the first time through. Oh, dagnabbit. The game has multiple paths that you can go through. Some of them are just as simple as choosing to take the high path out of a level instead of the low path. But in the case of the first big boss, if you specifically beat it as the mouse, you basically just skip 5 levels. But then again, at that point, it's supposed to be hardest to get through it with the mouse, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, that was stupid of me.
Yes, please.
I'm
Allow me to catch up.
I'm tanking some of this. It's not going well.
And yeah, a lot of the stages that you do go through as mouse ended up being somewhat challenging and technical, because you have to do a lot more specific jump strats than you would with, if you were using Dragon, who can just, if you hold the jump button, flies, or Samson just has a little bit better HP, so you can do a bit more tanking of hits compared to the mouse. But yeah, compared to normal world record runs of this, there's so much content in this specific type of category of just actually going through the full stages that I think is just kind of nice to watch for casual players or casual people watching the game. Because getting a look at the full stage run compared to most of the stages that we're even playing now between the two of us, we would be skipping 50% or more of them with the zips that you use. Just gonna take some damage to pick that up, because we want mouse at full health, and it allows me to just kind of focus from now on to go ahead and just skip everything else that's a pickup drop.
Yeah, you've already pulled back ahead of me.
And I mean, interestingly, there's just so much to this game that I think is just amazing and really interestingly designed. You'll notice that our health stays consistent throughout each stage. And that is, so each character has their own HP pool. They have a number of HP pickups they can get that increase their maximum health throughout the game. And then even if you even if you game over in at least easy mode, I don't know about normal mode, you keep your health pool, so it's very forgiving in a way that's like trying to get you to play this game more.
Yep.
Oh, I could have taken that for super safety, but yeah, and you'll notice that I just walked completely away from that potion. Potions are, each character can have one potion at a time. They only work on that character, and then they refill your HP full when you drink one. Oh, just, go ahead and whiff a bunch of hits on this boy. Okay, this should be relatively harmless. This knight, for a very long time, murdered me every time I fought him. He is very mean. Fights. Yeah. In his cycle, he'll have a couple of hits. You cannot touch him as mouse, or you will probably die. But he has a couple of different move sets, one of which is he'll raise the sword high up and call lightning down, which is very rude. Oh, I need to actually advance. He'll play... He'll kind of like swing the sword and summon these weird, I don't know, like moss piles that rush at you. I think it's like a shockwave. But he could just be very rude and kill you very easily. So even in casual play, he'll just ruin a lot of fun and make you have to restart the stage. Yeah, this next stage, every game that is a cool action platformer from the NES era has to have a fight with a dragon, which after I beat this wizard, he'll transform into... Actually switch to the character I want to use.
Mega Man 2.
Yes. Okay, I'll take a hit there, that's fine. So yeah, this fight is the one fight that I am going to use Dragon to defeat the actual boss. Because you'll notice as the floor vanishes into nothingness, playing as the mouse for this fight is very hard. Because mouse needs to get very close to the enemy to actually deal any damage, and, well, the dragon is very rude. So I just play as the dragon to make the fight a little bit easier. It's I don't know if it's slower, because if you get bad RNG on the dragon as the mouse, it becomes very hard to actually hit it with the bombs anyways, so... After that, we move on to the second to last stage, which is this kind of like graveyard. There are these creepy eyes. There's a couple of other enemies that are brought in from other various stages, like the caterpillars. And then I think there's just one. I don't know if the ghosts show up in any other stage before this. I suppose I should have to. Yeah. So the only new enemy, and the skulls, I think this is the first time for the skulls to appear as well.
The ones that track you, or there are skulls that when you go on the same Y-axis as they come after you. Those ones are new.
Yeah, and then those wizards, they show up in a level. They show up in a level that I recently discovered existed because I had never been there before. While doing some practice runs for the game on different routes, and it was very painful, I think, for me.
Yeah, it's something weird. Like if you take a path that we didn't take, there's like a 10% chance that you'll go into an ice temple when you exit one of the stages. And it's just one of those weird cases.
and you have those little wizards show up there. But yeah, I suppose a bit more about like the general concept of what's going on in the game as a whole. These masked wizards that are very, very rude and transform into bosses are actually servants of the real big bad, which in easy mode we won't actually fight because we don't need to.
Yeah, it leaves on a cliffhanger after you beat the game. It's like, oh, you could have fought against them, basically.
Please, no.
Yeah, crud.
Ow. Yeah, I'm taking a death. That's bad for my health. But yeah, so as well, all action platformers need you to fight death at some point, because why wouldn't death show up?
Ah, dagnabbit, you got me. Oh well.
But surprisingly enough, I think other speedrunners for this game call him Banshee. Even though, like, I don't know.
Might be the official name. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah. It's probably the more official name than what we have for him. So then I'll be moving on to the final stage, where there's this horrifying castle filled with all kinds of monsters and enemies and things trying to murder me.
Oh, dagnabbit.
But nothing is too hard for Mouse. Mouse knows how to functionally get through the entire game.
Yep. That would be painful, Dave, and we should probably try it one of these days, but not today. Talking about a golem-only run.
Oh, I don't know if that's possible.
Well, I mean, it'd be like a Buster-only run in Mega Man. You have to switch sometimes to
I suppose,
get out
yeah.
of it, but... Yeah, that would be painful.
Yeah, and just good strat pathing for just jumping to avoid some of the ghosts. And then we're gonna... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play that safe, because I always do poorly on that second jump. So, oh, rock solid run, that's accurate, yes. So this is the final fight, so I'll be kind of close to time. Oh, actually, no. He was very nice to me, and I always expect him to not be nice to me.
Yeah, I can float up to the top of the screen or go midway.
Yeah, I got hit once, so I won't be greedy. So yeah, the final form is this dragon head. Oh, so I'm chatting and getting myself killed, and he fires these wonderful, wonderful attacks. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. So I'll be taking a death. But yeah, he fires those horrifying, like, beams. He did it again. Normally he floats, like, way higher up, and it becomes... You can't hit him as Mouse. But for some reason, the Dragon Head was like, I'm gonna be very nice to you. Or the wizard, anyways, and not make things hard. Yeah, for this first set, I want to be over here on this side because he'll come over here. Oh, almost.
Oh, dagnabbit.
Come on, there we go. And there we go. It'll be just as soon as the music finishes playing, I think that's time for me. And time.
Nice. See? Told you.
Yeah, and then afterwards we get this nice little cutscene where Mouse is proven to be the greatest hero. He's so happy. The king is going to reward just him because Mouse did all the work. Everyone else was just kind of there.
Bunch of chumps.
They did nothing. They showed up, and then were just there to kind of body block damage when we needed it.
There we go. Alright. And I am pretty much done too. That's time. There we go.
But yeah, I think like as I've been practicing it these past couple of months, I think I've seen like a couple of other folks running it not on and off besides me and Chill, and it's just such a wonderful game to get invested in. I think as well while we're kind of like running for time, because we had a pretty high estimate. Like originally, I think Chill had put in an estimate for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was before we started getting into it.
Yeah, we can get the cutscene, and I'm gonna load the state. So I spent like, I think like a 25-30 minutes today learning one of the zips. So I'll actually just like show you what real street speedrunners do in this game. So that stage where I climbed up that high thing in the first stage, the actuality of what speedrunners do is they'll go in here, they'll come back and be a mouse. Well, it's actually kind of tricky to get. And then they'll just, no, I don't want to zip that way. So you kind of have to like grind yourself into the wall in the right fashion. And it's actually kind of tricky. No. And this is why you don't learn zips in like 25 minutes. But yeah, I suppose kind of like figuring things out with this game has been a lot of fun for me. I don't know about Chill, how much you dug into it.
You, in terms of racing, you usually get more technical than I do.
That's true. There we go. So now I live where mouse belongs, in the wall, where all true mice belong. And
not my house.
We want to be Golem. We turn into Golem. We turn back into mouse, and then we just jump. And instead of doing like the second half of the stage, we just warp to the boss. And basically, like that is how things go for pretty much every stage in the game. Each of the major stages and then the one intermediate stage, you have just the ability to warp right through the second half of the game to
Donnie,
each of the bosses.
I went through Mousetrap Hotel last night because I know how much Junkyard Dave appreciates the game. And screw that game. That's yeah. I didn't realize the top 2 floors were mazes. That's unpleasant.
But yeah, with that, where can people find you, Trill Dragoon, so they can make you participate in their wonderful causes?
I'm just on Twitch and Twitter, same username for both. So just chill_dragoon for the most part. And I've been trying to, I'm going to try and keep track of people's events so that we have like a decent network of stuff to do. But, anywho's, I think that's it for me at least.
Yeah. And then people can find me here on Twitch as well, where I play like a smattering of different games. I do like practice for events a couple days a week, and then just play games that I wanted to get through, because I have a terrible habit of starting games and then never finishing them, so I've been just kind of like playing through and doing long plays. And then roguelikes. I like a lot of roguelikes. And yeah, I'm also on Twitter, but I don't use it a whole lot under the same tag of SeasonalBard. Beyond that, thank you, Junkyard Dave, for having both of us. Stollery's like a great cause. We're both south of the wonderful Canadian border, but we as well have some children's hospitals down here that are wonderful places that deserve this kind of effort, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. So thank you for having us, and I'm very glad to see that you've already broken through your what you
The
had
goal
set as a
and-
goal.
Yep, we got so much more to do.
Oh yeah. I think we can